Starry Souls! Today we're diving into the birth chart of one of the most iconic women in history, Princess Diana. Born on July 1st, 1961, Diana's astrological chart reveals deep insights into her emotional world and relationships. Let's explore how her chart reflects her passionate love life, struggles, and ultimate destiny. To understand Diana's relationships, we begin with the Sun in Cancer in the 7th house. The 7th house represents partnerships, and with her Cancer Sun, Diana's emotional needs were deeply tied to the need for a loving, nurturing relationship. This makes sense as she always craved the idealized fairy tale romance, something that was promised but never fully realized in her marriage to Prince Charles. Now, let's look at her Venus in Taurus in the 5th house. Venus governs love, beauty, and how we approach relationships. With Venus in Taurus, Diana was drawn to stability, loyalty, and sensual pleasure. However, her Venus was in a T-square with Uranus and the Moon, which meant that while she sought affection and security, her relationships were often turbulent and unpredictable. This connection was part of the reason for her marriage's deep struggles, especially with Camilla's shadow looming over her life. Her Mars in Virgo in the 8th house brings a more analytical, reserved approach to passion. This placement shows that Diana had an intense need for emotional and financial security in relationships. But with Mars in the 8th house, the relationship dynamic often involved power struggles and hidden conflicts. Moving on to Mercury in Cancer in the 5th house, communication was key for Diana in her relationships. Her emotional world was highly sensitive, and she needed partners who could understand her on a deeply intuitive level. With this placement, Diana was not just looking for love, she sought to nurture and care for those around her. But things were not always easy for her. Mars square Uranus and Saturn square Venus reveal a challenging dynamic where her need for stability in love clashed with unpredictable changes and the emotional isolation she often felt. Her intense emotional life led to emotional breakdowns, public heartbreaks, and ultimately, her tragic path. Princess Diana's chart beautifully illustrates the conflict between her deep emotional needs and the realities of her life. She sought love and loyalty, but her relationships were often marked by betrayal, power struggles, and emotional upheaval. Want to understand how the stars influence your love life or relationships? DM me for a personal astrology reading where we can explore your chart and unlock the hidden patterns shaping your destiny. Like, comment, and share if you're inspired by Diana's emotional journey.